Blame Truth here, and I'm back with another video. I have so much I want to cover. I feel like making more than one video per day, but I feel like that would be bad for the algorithm, and I mean, even I have to think about the data. Oh, the data! I gotta think about, like, what's good for the channel, what's best for the channel, so let's just do one video one day at a time. I don't want to spam you guys too much, you know? But I got a lot I want to get off my chest yet again. So I have uninstalled the dog shit Black Ops 6 multiplayer. I would rather stick the tiny straw that comes with a can of WD-40 up my urethra than play... That's a good one. Than play Black Ops 6 multiplayer. And that's true. That's on the spot, off the cuff. That made me laugh. Anyway, yeah, that's the truth, though. It's actually insane, the quality difference between zombies, like Black Ops 6 zombies and Black Ops 6 multiplayer, and even Warzone. Everything is so radically different in quality. It's like a completely different team is making each mode. Maybe that's the case. I don't know how things work there. 4 years, 4,000 devs. Terminus, though, is a fantastic map. It really is. I'm very impressed with this. I wasn't a big fan of Liberty Falls, but this one's good. And I'll cover more of this and talk about the gameplay, actually, as the video progresses. I don't want to glaze these guys too much, though. If I'm ever glazing Call of Duty too much, rest assured, Bobby Kotick and the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein have me tied up in a basement somewhere with a gun to my head. They both have guns, a real gun and a ghost gun. Anyway, I just want to talk about Treyarch lying to us, though. They have blatantly lied to us, and I just need to cover this today because I cannot understand this community. What happened to you guys? What happened to your critical thinking skills? Why are you so gullible? Why are you so innocent? Why do you trust this, like, trillion-dollar company that's continually lied to you? Allow me to explain it yet again and let it fall on deaf ears and let people get mad at me because we're still kind of in the honeymoon phase, although not really. I think people are finally snapping out of it. I say finally, the game hasn't even been out for a month yet, but this is a honeymoon phase that I really wanted to end in like a week, you know? Like, okay, let me go with the full timeline here. This is, just wrap your head around this shit, okay? At first, they say they're not bringing in old XP tokens because I could be wrong here. I think they said, I couldn't find any information on this. I think they said it was not possible to do that. Or maybe they said they didn't want to do that because this is a new game with a new form of progression or whatever. I don't really know, but okay, fine. That's shitty, but okay, fine. But then here's the thing. With Season 1, they integrate Black Ops 6 with Warzone, and all those tokens work in Warzone. So, by mistake, they started working in Black Ops 6. And people were praising Treyarch for this, and then Treyarch saw this and were like, oh, we weren't supposed to do that. Let's take those back. But in doing that, not only did they take away the old tokens, they took away the new tokens that were in the new Battle Pass. Blows my fucking mind. Blows my mind, man. I just don't get it. I do not get it. It's like if you're having too much fun, they take it away. Well, people were very pissed at this, obviously, and they started raising hell about it, and today, Treyarch addressed it. Now, before we even get into this, I just want to say this moment right here, and I'm glad I have this recorded, this moment right here where I swam out of the lab for the first time. This is the first time doing this. Haven't been playing much zombies. This is my first real go at Terminus here. But after swimming out of the lab and seeing this shipwreck in the distance, I'm not kidding you guys, this is the first time since I'd say 2015's Black Ops 3 that I have just said, wow, this is impressive. The visuals, the mood, the setting, there's just, I don't know. Again, the quality difference, it's night and day, man. It is night and day. But again, I don't want to praise Treyarch too much here. I want to cover what they did wrong because they fucking lied to us. And they're lying to us again. Let me just get into what I'm talking about here. Treyarch said this today. With the start of Season 1, a UI bug allowed players to activate legacy XP tokens in Black Ops 6. Unfortunately, it also introduced some potential risk to game stability, which is why it was patched yesterday. Game stability. Let's come back to that. We realize how much players appreciate being able to redeem Legacy XP tokens in both BO6 and Warzone, so we are currently testing a way to implement this change correctly in a future update. Okay? This allows us to ensure stability is maintained before we reintroduce this feature. What stability? I'm not getting what you're talking about. Stability with an XP token, huh? In the interim, players can activate any Legacy XP tokens in Warzone. Any tokens applied in Warzone will also apply to Black Ops 6 should you switch titles or modes. So great, I have to download this 200 gigabyte fucking Albatross, boot it up, update requires restart, most likely, activate my tokens, close out of the game, restart Black Ops 6, update requires restart Black Ops 6 again, and then finally I can use my token. Keep in mind, by the way, that the token time counts down in real time, not match time. So you're wasting probably a good anywhere from 2 to 5 to maybe even 10 minutes, depending on the update time to do this. Anyway, we look forward to sharing more about this change next week. Thank you for your patience. 17K likes by the time I took a picture of this. I'm sure it's well over 20K likes now. The Call of Duty community is just eating this up. All the replies are just saying, thank you, Treyarch, all of this mess. And I say this is complete and utter bullshit. Like, just as an example, I'm glad that there are people out there questioning this. Like, I wanna cover Milo, bringing this up right underneath the post. Huge W, but how the hell do XP tokens create a potential risk to game stability? This feels like a totally unnecessary lie, but maybe I just don't understand some hidden thing on the back end or something. Anyone got any ideas? Seriously, can anyone come up with a theory for how game stability could possibly be impacted by a 2XP token being active when we literally had a 2XP weekend like a week ago? Looks like the main theory is game development is hard and games have weird dependencies, so literally anything unintentional might cause instability in an unexpected area, which is fair enough. I feel like this could be communicated a bit better, but I'm happy regardless. Oh, Milo, sweet, innocent Milo, I wish I could be as optimistic as you and just believe that. Instead, I'm just going to cover what I said in response to this on Twitter. The Treyarch tweet I made. I don't believe this excuse for a second, and I also don't believe you are going to re-implement them. You literally took current Battle Pass tokens away, stuff people paid for, absolute incompetence. The truth, you accidentally brought them forward after saying that it couldn't be done, a lie, so why would I believe this poses a risk to game stability when you release Warzone in the state it's in at minus 100 FPS? It's not me making that up, by the way. People have done tests. The frame rate has been butchered. No stability whatsoever. Season 1 has released with more bugs than fixes and does so every season pretty much. Yeah, every season. They break the game in some capacity. Why are they suddenly concerned about stability now? You don't care about stability. You fucked up and are trying to save face, and now you're waiting around so your fan base hopefully forgets. Prove me wrong. They've done nothing, by the way. I want to reiterate this. They have done nothing to fix this. They can disable it in record time, but actually getting a fix for the next update, I mean, they're saying they're gonna do it, but I don't trust these motherfuckers. Why would I? Let me give you an example. Again, let me give you an example. This is what they said before the game came out. Black Ops 6 will have classic 3-lane multiplayer maps. Classic 3-lane multiplayer maps. Most of the maps in this game, and I've kind of realized this by now, most of the maps in this game are 1 lane. And I'm not kidding with that. Most of the fucking maps in Black Ops 6 are 1 lane maps. There are no more than 2 lanes. Like, pretty much ever. Like, take Derelict, for example. That is a 1 lane map with different, like, figure 8s connecting everything. You cannot make a map 1 lane and then put just like a few train cars in, maybe a side little cave thing, and call that a 3-lane map. It doesn't work that way. It simply does not. This is not Standoff. This is not Raid, where every single map is very clearly defined by the lanes. I would argue that the lanes play differently as well. But I don't want to sit here and just talk about the maps the whole time. Like, I want to cover some more stuff that either they just don't address or they lied about. Now, look at this. This is a thing that happened. Treyarch silently nerfed XP from UAV and counter UAV assist to 5 XP from 15 XP. Didn't mention it. Didn't bring it up. They'll never bring it up. Like, before today's patch, having a UAV or CUAV in the air would give an additional 15 XP per teammate kill. They reduced it by 67% and didn't say anything. Nor will they say anything. What good are the motherfucking patch notes when you can't even talk about a change? It's because every change you do is going to get negative feedback and you're too much of a pussy to address it. Treyarch, sorry, but it's true. I mean, this guy says, I spent a while in Nuketown today trying to do the Destroy 5 Enemy Score Streaks daily challenge. That place used to be filled with UAVs and counter UAVs nonstop. I didn't see one over several matches and just gave up. Also tried the regular large map playlist and they weren't there either. With increased cost and decreased score to get the next one, no one is using them anymore. Everything these people do is like this silent, secret, but not so secret attempt to just increase player retention and playtime. They want your life signed over to this fucking game. It's not even a game, dude. It's a leveling simulator. This guy says, Treyarch, please answer these questions. The community deserves some explanations here. Why can we not use the XP tokens that we literally earned? Why have you nerfed UAV assist score down to 5 points? Why have the amount of COD points in the battle pass been reduced, yet the pass price remains the same? Yeah, if you guys didn't know, 1400 CP before. Now it's down to 1100. No explanation why. No explanation why. If it wasn't for these like random accounts that cover Call of Duty bringing it up, most people probably wouldn't even know about it. They don't pay attention. Why can the harp be shot down? What is the reasoning in not giving us a hard counter perk to recon? Seriously, these are all great questions. I feel like there's a ton of anti-fun decisions being made recently, and it's really taking the shine off what should have been a fantastic launch window. Some communication on the above would go a long way here, guys. Yeah, well, too bad, man. You're not gonna fucking get it. It took us 5 years to get them to just lie to us about skill-based matchmaking. That's another thing. Skill-based matchmaking. All those blogs and stuff, all those little reports and white papers and data, all that stuff. Most of it is complete bullshit. Like, and we've proven that. Ex-COD devs actually came out and said, like, skill-based matchmaking was such a non-factor in the old games like Call of Duty 4, for example, that even saying that it's remotely comparable to today's system is a flat-out lie. It's not the same thing. Like, it's not. I remember having, COD 4 skill-based matchmaking in my goddamn server browser. Okay. Let's go over some more complaints, by the way, just off Reddit today. The honeymoon phase is pretty much over at this point. The game felt genuine and I loved it, and then Season 1 rolled out. Lasers, Dragons, I just can't stand it anymore. What did you I'm sorry, what did you expect, you fucking moron? Like, seriously, I don't even feel sorry for this person. I played every Call of Duty since the very first one, and I truly miss this genuine feeling of participating in some kind of armed conflict. I'm glad they brought back some old school camos for weapons. The initial skins for operators were fine too. The gameplay feels quite smooth, and the new movement brought some fresh air. Zombie mode is also very enjoyable. The only thing I didn't enjoy was the TTK, but then the new season happened, this whole XP thing, those wacky skins and laser beaming shit. I totally wouldn't mind to have these operator and weapon skins, but strictly for zombie mode. But yeah, cash rules everything around me after all. You people never learn. You're dumb as hell. You need someone to say it. You need someone to slap you upside the head and then put 2 pieces of bread over your ears and say, my dude, you're an idiot sandwich. They continue to do this. This is their MO. They will never release something that you're completely satisfied with, because then you will not buy the next product. Even if they do release something really good, they will sabotage it, so again, you buy the next product. I'm sorry. It's your own fucking fault at this point if you're still falling for this mess and not expecting them to bring you the Belle Delphine purple anime dildo pack as she scissors Nicki Minaj on the battlefield in some kind of lesbian thing for Pride Month. Like, fuck off. You're part of the problem. I have shown you pretty much nothing but them lying to you, and you're going to believe. You're going to sit there and believe them at face value when they say, hey, we're going to be looking into this and we're going to bring these tokens back, and you're going to suck their fucking dick when they never should have took them away in the first place. You COD fans are fucking idiots. I don't care if that gets me downvoted. If you downvote me, you're probably a fucking idiot. I don't want your like. I don't want it. Take your like and shove it up your ass! I am gonna end the video now, though, but I just want to bring this to light here. Don't trust these guys. I'm sorry. They can't even talk to us about why Recon is more game-breaking than One Man Army Noob Tubes from Modern Warfare 2 2009. They can't even address it. They can't even say, well, it's because we like it that way. They can't even make something up about the data. Fucking Christ. I'm out of time, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.